So there's this guy. This guy, he does jujitsu. He's 46, 45 years old. His name is Derek. Derek. Derek Moneyberg. So you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. He has his name, Money, so you know what he's about. The only reason why I'm talking about this guy today, he's gotten a black belt in jujitsu, not karate, not taekwondo, not kempo, not aikido, jujitsu. He's gotten his black belt in jujitsu. Black belts in jujitsu are notoriously takes a long time. It takes a long time to get those. They say the average is 8 to 12 years. So you have to pretty much practice, train 8 to 12 years. He is saying he got his in 3.5 years. So that's pretty incredible. We've only had a couple people to ever do that, to get their black belt in like under like 5 years. It is very, very, very rare. The number one jujitsu guy, they say he got his black belt in 5 years. 5 years under one of the greatest, one of the greatest coaches ever. Under the greatest coach, one of the greatest coaches ever. You know, shout out to Danaher. Shout out to John Danaher. You know, everyone loves John. He wears the rash guard. You know, he wears it to the wedding. Goes to podcasts. He's in his rash guard. It's like his uniform. It's like his uniform. But yeah, he gave his number one protege student his black belt in 5 years. And this guy, Derek, our favorite character, Derek Moneyberg. You know, it reminds me of like the Fairy Isle parents, like Dimsdale. Like, what was his name? Oh man, it was Timmy's dad. It was Timmy's dad, and he would be always mad, like Dimsdale. That just remind me of that, like Dimsdale, you're doing some stuff again like that. So he got his black belt 3.5 years. He says, we've all done the math. He says he's done 16 hours a day. Actually, 16 hours a week for 3.5 years. He has over 3,000 hours of personal sessions. 3,000 hours of personal sessions. So if you're with one person, how is that? You're not even getting real experience. You're rolling with the same person who's teaching you, who you're paying thousands of dollars for. So they're not even giving you the real reactions. You're missing the best part. You know, you don't know when to tap. You don't know when to tap because you've never experienced when to tap of when you should. You have to start off as a white belt, getting beat up. Like from people, they're not even paying attention to you. They're beating you up. They're not going 100%. You're probably going about 60, 70% because you slowly learn to like just chill out, not to go 100%, not gas out in the first 10 seconds. So you have to learn that. You can't learn that in a private session. You can't learn. How could you learn that in a private session against one person who you're paying? I understand I'm paying my coach. And if I bought all the time from my coach, private sessions, right? I got all these private sessions with him. Let's say I got like 200 hours with the private sessions with him. I don't think I would be as good as I am now. Just because I've been rolling with different people, different styles. You have people who are holding back, people who are not holding back. You have people spazzing out. You have the real people who will just like lure you in a trap. You think you're good and they'll flip you. And it'll be a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic because that's like a coach and a student compared to like, oh, these are my classmates. These are my classmates. It's not that dynamic anymore. These are my classmates. I'm going hard with them. I'm going hard. They're going hard with me. My coach, if I bought a private session for my coach, I don't think at no point ever would we ever go hard. That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense for him to go hard on me. It wouldn't make sense for me to go hard on him. Like that wouldn't even make sense. So you never get the real experience of just learning jujitsu, getting dog walked, little lessons like, oh, you shouldn't stand up. You probably shouldn't stand up. If you just stand up, it doesn't negate the jiu-jitsu. And those are little things you have to learn while training. There's so many little things, little tips and tricks you have to learn that you couldn't learn with just doing private sessions. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. But I'm happy for Moneyberg. He gets to say he has a black belt, but it's a double-edged sword now because if you lose against someone who's under you, they'll say, oh, you're not legit. You're not legit. Yo, you lost to a white belt. You're not legit. I'm still a white belt at the time. At the time that I'm making this video, 3-stripe white belt. You already know what time it is, Got that dog in me, you already know. Straight dog. Super dangerous on the mat, you already know. But we can floor roll. You got match your energy. If you're coming at me, like that with that heavy energy, we're gonna roll like that. But if you're just chill, I'm chill. We can flow. But if I lose to anyone, it doesn't matter because I'm a white belt. It doesn't matter. But if he loses to anyone, it matters. And they're now saying, okay, you're not legit. He got his Jake Shields. He gave him that belt. Jake Shields, nah, man, he should be ashamed for doing that, man. He don't deserve it. He didn't earn the belt. He doesn't have the skill level to have that belt. We've seen his little his footage with Mikey in one of them Gracies. It's just like, dang, bro. You really thought you could just buy that? He has it. He has the belt. He's a black belt under Jake Shields. Caesar Gracie gave Jake Shields his black belt, so that falls on him. Caesar Gracie, it goes up the chain. It's like, yo, look what y'all are doing. Why y'all doing that? For what, to appease? It's not even about like his skill levels there. It's just like, yo, he literally just bought that. He literally just bought that. But some people need that. Some people need that validation, but say, oh, I have a black belt. Instead of having the skills. I'd rather stay a white belt and have all the skills of a purple belt or a black belt and be that white belt. Like, just be that. You'll get your what you've earned in time. But some people, like Moneyberg don't they don't want to wait. They want instant gratification. They want you to buy their course. I've never watched that man's videos. I've always seen it. It's like he never had the appearance of a fire to be having these people on the podcast. So it's like everything he said was like, yo, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not about that. He's not even fit. He's not even fit. And you're telling me you did 16 hours a week of training for 3.5 years? Wouldn't you be fit? You would be able to run a marathon. Moneyberg don't like he's able to run a marathon. I wish him well. Follow God. Don't follow these people.